But let's talk. Hi everybody, my name is Rosalie and welcome back to my channel, back to Chubby. Today's another do it with me weight loss video, so I will be meal prepping with you. It's a very simple meal, but I really like it. But first I want to talk about last week. I did record my weigh in, so I'll show that to you here in a second, but I never got around to recording the rest of the video on Friday. And then on Saturday I woke up and my eyelid had swollen almost all the way shut from an allergic reaction. So I didn't really feel like making a video that day. I have allergic reactions like that a lot of the time. My eyelids will swell shut, and sometimes my lips and the inside of my mouth, and once my throat swell when I have really strong allergic reactions. So I did have to take some Benadryl and then another bigger allergy pill that sort of takes quite a toll on me. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you the weigh-in real quick since I did go ahead and record it.
Hello. It's ready. $359.6 pounds.
So not great. It wasn't a gain. I lost 0.2 pounds, but you know what? It wasn't a gain. Moving on. Try and do better this week. Anyway, moving on to the meal prep. This week the meal is very simple, and I made it once when I was actually trying to use up some leftover ingredients from something else, and I literally just threw some stuff in a bowl, put it in the oven for a while, and it came out great. And I really like it now, and it's very easy to change the things that are in it. And now I'm starting to get a sore throat, so I actually started craving some sort of soup kind of stuff, but I really don't like using canned soup anymore if I can help it, just because it has so much sodium and sometimes it's got MSG and stuff in it, which gives me really bad headaches. Anyway, let me go ahead and show you what I'm doing before I get too ahead of myself, and then I will talk to you about the really easy ways you can change it for whatever you need. The very first thing I'm going to do is measure out 8 ounces of mushrooms. I know that I have 4 ounces of this sort of assortment of mushrooms, and then I'm going to use another 4 ounces of regular white button mushrooms. I'm going to throw them into a bowl along with just 1 cup of broth. Next, I'm going to peel and press 1 clove of garlic into the bowl, along with about a half a stem of rosemary. You can add some additional seasonings. I'm going to add just a teeny tiny bit of cayenne pepper to make it a little bit spicy, as well as a little bit of paprika. Then I'm going to just throw the bowl into the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes, and voila. Okay, so there you have it. This is what the nutritional information looks like for how it's prepared here. But let's talk about some of the ways you can change it. I decided to go with this chicken broth, mostly because most chicken broth comes in at around 700 milligrams of sodium per cup. And then most of the low sodium ones still come in at like 550-ish. This one only comes in at 115 milligrams of sodium though. And as you guys know, I tend to retain water really bad and bloat, and I had some more sodium over the weekend than I usually do. So I can see in my feet and my ankles that I'm already retaining water. So I don't want to do any more of that than I need to. One thing that's interesting too though is that while most chicken broths come in with more sodium, that's so that they taste stronger, but they're more watered down, so they only have about 10 calories per cup. This one is less watered down, but that means it has 20 calories per cup. Now this dish, as it is right now, comes in very low on calories. You could easily double this if you wanted to, or triple it, or what have you. You can use chicken broth, you can use beef stock, you can use vegetable stock. Vegetable stock tends to have more sodium than the chicken broth, so that's why I chose chicken this time. Whatever you choose to use, doesn't really matter, it's whatever you prefer. You can obviously add more vegetables to this. If you use some more firm vegetables like carrots or celery or onions, you're probably going to want to saute them a little bit first, which is why I like it how it is now. I don't have to do any extra work. Similarly, if you use some sort of meat product, you're going to have to cook that first as well before you throw it in. But you can flavor it how you want, you can change it how you want, you can add some more fat and protein, possibly by using like a tablespoon of butter or a little bit of oil in there. If you are doing keto, I wouldn't recommend adding too many other vegetables. Mushrooms are very high in potassium. They're not as high in carbs as some of the others, and they're lower in sugar than some other vegetables. So it's very versatile, it's very, very easy, which is my favorite thing about it, and it's very simple. So like when my throat is starting to go scratchy like it is now, or when I feel a little bit sick or just a little bit under the weather, it's easy, it's comforting, and I think it tastes good. On a completely different note, like shifting gears, I showed you guys last time that I cut my hair, and then I went ahead and cut some layers into it last week, which you can't really tell now because it's up in a ponytail. Well, you can tell how short some of them are, and some of them are shorter than I meant them to be, but maybe I'll show you what it actually looks like on Friday. Friday is going to be my 1-year weigh-in, so I'm hoping that it goes well. If you guys are familiar, I started my YouTube weight loss journey almost a year ago to the day, but my 1-year weigh-in, so my 52nd weigh-in, will be on Friday. I had been on my weight loss journey for about a week and a half before I started my first video, but I'm going to count Friday as my 1-year anniversary just to make continuity easier. Hopefully that goes well. Hopefully I don't gain or something. Hopefully I put in a good number. I just want my 1-year milestone to be a good weigh-in, if that makes sense. I hope you guys found this helpful. I mean, not about my hair, but the meal. Let me know in the comments down below if it's something you are going to consider trying or if it's something that just seems sort of gross to you. I know mushrooms are one of those things that people either really like or really dislike. There's not a lot of in between. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see some more meal preps going forward, or if you want to see my 1-year weigh-in on Friday. And as a reminder, you guys can find me on social media with the username BackToChubby, all one word, on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, etc. And finally, you guys can find a link to the BetterHelp mobile counseling service I use in the description box below. I hope wherever you guys are, you are safe and happy and healthy. Remember to just keep trying the best you can, and I will see you on Friday.